Hello community, I hope you are doing good in this discussion. I'm showing you how we can develop custom module based on the first session, right? If you remember last time I have created one session about this Odoo exercise, right? It covers let's say custom module, custom model, the existing views we have to change, how to add also security, the groups, right? And how to modify the existing reports and some Python and the SQL exercises, right? I just give you the questions, not the specific answers, how we can design, right? But in this discussion, I will show you how we can design that specific exercise, alright? So first thing is, let me open the questions, right? So this is our first question, right? Create a new master equipment category. So the first thing is, we have to create a equipment category master model and which have a title and the reference field, right? And we have to create equipment category menu in the inventory and the configuration menu. And yes, one more thing is we have to also cover the B, because the review and the search we have to also add, right? Obviously here we have to also create one more view, which is the Windows action. So first thing is I have to create a custom model. Let's say I will try to add like this, weblands session 1. Okay, so here we have a manifest file and the init file. Here I will add some basic, let's say models, let's say view, right? Here I will add one more Python equipment category, and same one I will first assign here, and I will close that file, and here launch session 1. So the first thing is we have to add under the inventory, right? So first thing is I have to use here stock like this. So this is our manifest file, and here fields, models, class, category, model, name, equipment category, description, character, the name which is required, then after the reference. Okay, our model is done. Now what we have to do is like we have to create the view, right? So for that I'm going to directly copy this OB and category view, right? And this file I will register here. Now here, so first thing is here I have to use this name. So what I will do is I will replace all the models, right? So you can see our list view is done here. Under this list here we have two fields, right? Category and the reference. Now these two, the form view we don't need actually. Here editable top, this is our Windows action, equipment category, So this is our menu, and here the menu name is category. And one more thing is I'm going to here in the settings, technical. Now guys, what we have to do is, right, we have to display that menu under this inventory in configuration, and here we have to add. So for that, like, I need this configuration XML ID, right? So for that, this is our shortcut way. Like, we have to just activate this developer mode, technical. I'm going to menu, see here configuration, and now you can see inventory and configuration, right? And simple, I will check this metadata. So stocks, right? So this is the XML ID, and that XML ID we have to use here in the parent. This is our name, this is the Windows action ID, and this is the name, and that's it. After that, here we have to use models import, right? Now let's see. Okay, so first thing is I will copy this name, I will restart the Odoo service. I'm going to here in the App Store, and first thing is I will try to search here, right? It's not available, so I'm doing is like update app list, and once this process is done, it will automatically available here. Now we have to just search that module that you do. See, the module is available here, and you can see stock is also there. Let me install this module. Alright, now you can see I'm going to inventory, configuration. Aha, now see guys, one more thing. You can see here, we don't see that menu, right? That menu, why? Because this is our new model, and this model we didn't add here security access rights. So that's the reason it's not available. So for that, here I have to add IR model access.csv file. Okay, so this CSV file I will copy 2 lines from existing module. So this is the static one, you can use something like this one, right? And here this one we have to use our own way. So let's say equipment category, the model name I have to use. Here I have to mention the model name, and before that, and here we don't need to use a dot, instead we have to use your underscore, and prefix should be model underscore. Okay, it's best you can also provide your module name here, your current module name, dot like this. Now here we can add any name, user. This one we can use something like this, or with a dot name, something like this. And the base group user, this is the internal user, guys. Right now this user, the internal user, do everything. Okay, and now this file we have to register here. Where? Under security folder, right? Now I'm going to here in the App Store, and simple I will upgrade the module, and now you can see that that menu also visible, and as an internal user, right, whether it is an admin or the simple user, they can access that menu. So I'm going to here in the inventory configuration, and now you can see equipment category, right? And now you can see reference in the name, and let's say ABC XYZ, right? So these are the equipment categories available. Our first 2 point is done. Now you can see the C, create a many-to-one field in product template with equipment category master. Okay. D, create another many-to-one field in purchase order line, and on selecting a product, it should auto select from product template to the equipment category in the purchase order line. Here there is a notice there, use on change. Okay, that is also fine. The E, create a new record in equipment category master, which should be restricted only to inventory manager. Alright, only admin can delete the equipment category records. Access rights should be applied using the security file. Okay, so these 4 points we have to create, right? As of now, we already have a 2 marks. Okay, now again we have to reach this 4, C, D, E and F. Each have a 1 mark, right? So total, like let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 mark is there. Once this part is done, we will achieve 6 marks. So how we can do it, right? So first thing is I'm going to here, let's say product, purchase order, and simple I will use here, let's say this is product template. We don't need, and actually we have to inherit this one, right? And simple we can use here with my category ID fields, many to one equipment category. Now we have to also use so this is purchase order line. Okay, that's it. And here if you see this product, right, we have added this many to one field here, so we have to add one more XML file like this, product view, and we will delete everything except this one. So now what we have to do is in the product, right, let's say this one, here we have to identify what is this ID of this model, right? So you can see this is the external ID we have to use, right? Why we have to use? Because we are trying to extend existing view, this view, right? So that's the reason I'm using that one. And name is product template, right? And here we have to use XPath. Okay, so where we have to display, so let's say here. Let's say after this barcode we will display that new field. Okay, so let's say like this. We can do 2 ways. Okay, this is the first way and this is the second. In the XPath, if you already know my previous the order XPath in the view inheritance part, you can see I have already explained this too. So I'm not explaining much more how we can do it. If you want, you can just refer my old sessions, cover everything. Right now, let's say I'm choosing this one. This is the product template, right? And this product template we must have to register here. And same for the purchase, right? Now let's purchase view, and we can add like this, so we don't need to again register this purchase views here. And I'm going to here in this purchase, so let me open the form view, right? And here this order underscore line field we have to add after let's say where is product ID, yeah, here after this product underscore ID we have to add. So for that, yeah, so first thing is we have to copy this external ID okay, and here simple we have to use, let's say this name slash slash list slash slash field where name is product ID. After I will add this name. Okay, that's it. And this one is good. Product is also good. And let me register both icon here. Product purchase order, right? So the product and product variant I will use here. I mean extend in this Python file. For the purchase order or the purchase order line I will use here. You can also separate model wise here Python files, that is up to you. Okay, so that's it. And yeah, one more thing is when on change of the product underscore ID, we have to whatever that specific category is configured in the product, we have to also display in this line, right? So we have to use on change. So for that, first thing is I have to use API as a decorator, on change product ID, on change product for equipment agree. Let me check here, product ID is there, and line of product dot equipment category ID is there. Then simple we will use like this, or else okay, right now we don't need to use the else part. You can do also else part as a, let's say like this. During on change you can also provide here none. Okay, this is up to you, but right now I don't want to change one more time like that way. So yeah, like this way. And now onwards I'm trying to operate this module from here. Okay, so I don't need to again go to the apps menu, trying to search this menu and upgrade the menu. And if you see here, you can see it will automatically upgrade this module. Once I will restart, it will automatically upgrade this module, right? And now you can see without any error message, successfully it's done. And let me go to here, refresh the page. First thing is I'm going to here product. Okay, now you can see here equipment category, right? ABC. And let's say ABBB. For this bricks, for this cabinet door I will use here ABC, right? And now let me create a new purchase order. Now once I click on this customize desk, oh, we have error message, object has no attribute product. Aha, so that is my mistake. It is a product underscore ID, not the product. It's my bad. Let me refresh the screen one more time. So let me check one more time. So if you see the customized desk, right, it's not available. Now, if I will use here this product, you can see automatically check the ABC. And if you see here inside, right, and let me open the new tab. If you see here, equipment category have a ABC, right? Let's say bricks. If I will use here bricks, and you can see automatically change ABB, right? And yes, of course, if you use here something like this, then it won't be change anything, it will remain as it is. So we have to remove this one, and let's see one more time. See, it's not available, right? So bricks, so it will available like this. So our point is done here. Now one more thing is there is one more point is remain in inventory. So as all users can delete this one, right? So this one, like the normal users have read access, but only inventory manager, right? I mean this one. This inventory manager means this administrator can create the category plus only admin user. So what is the admin user profile is this one. Administrator has a setting access rights. Okay. This access rights can delete the categories. We have to extend the security part. We have to now extend the security part. Okay. So simple. I'm going to here in this file. So normal user can read. Okay. The admin, the administrator of this inventory manager can create the records, but admin can use all the records, do all the operations. Okay. So here, the first thing is we have to identify inventory, right? Administrator. So we have to use this ID, and we have to tag list here. After that, admin. This one is the admin, right? We have to replace this group to this one. Now, here let's say inventory manager and admin. If you will use here the same name, what happened? It will override, and whatever the last one is there, it will use that one. Okay. So be careful while you are copy paste everything here. I already know how to do it, so that's the reason I'm using. I'm trying to copy paste, but if you don't know, then please don't copy paste. Write down manually. So this is the first thing. Now we have to also create a role. So let's say category security.xml file. Here we have to use, let's say, norm1, and here we have to use role. Okay. let me go to here in the users, admin. Alright, now from here, let's say technical, let's say the model. So you can see here, right? The access rights define something like this way, and one more thing is here we will disable this write option from here. Let me upgrade. Let me refresh. Alright, so you can see now. Let me go to users and this demo user. Okay, let me open here the new browser, mark demo. Let me go to this. See, right now I have an inventory access rights. You can category right. I can see ABC. Okay, one. So you can see here I can create this record. Plus, if I will click to here, I can't delete this record. You see? Plus, you can see here I'm not able to, let's say, edit the record, only the create the record. Right? Now, as an admin user, I can do anything. See, the delete option is available here, but not here. So that is the main purpose, right? And yes, one more thing is, let's say if I'm going to here in the discuss, right? Going to settings, demo, and if by chance I will use as a user, change the inventory access rights to the user, refresh the screen, inventory, I can't see that configuration manuals. Okay, but yeah, here I can see I can't also, let's say, new category. I'm not able to create anything here, you see. So this is the simple access rights, and here our all point is done. Now this is the second one. Add a boolean field in the vendor profile, filter products in PO based on category, just below to the category field in vendor master. Okay. B, add many to many field of products in vendor profile, and add condition once filter underscore products underscore PO based on category. This field check after this field visible in the formula. Okay. If this field, this category field, is enabled in vendor profile, then in purchase of the line, the products should be filtered based on the vendor's preferred products. Right. So let's create one by one. So for that, let me add here RMS partner. Here is boolean, and the name is filter products in video based on category. By default, we can use as a false. Here we have to use, let's say, PRD list IDs, many to many, product, and now these two fields we have to add in RES part. So for that, contacts, I will use like this, and here let's say this tags category underscore ID. I will use here this page plus we'll use here this fields invisible and here yes from info partner. In the manifest file I have to add here views like this and upgrade the module. Alright, everything is done. And here refresh the screen. Alright, so you can see filter products in PO based on category. So you can see list of products available, but here let me add one more interesting widget. Many to many tags. So instead of it will display one to many, it's display only the products like this, like similarly like this, right? So let's say okay. Now here the main concern is let's say the purchase order, right? Let's say this is the vendor. Now here whatsoever the products right we configure by default, it will display only those two configured products, not all the products. So how we can do it, right? So for that we have to extend purchase order. So let's say here this one I will use compute from vendor. Okay, and yeah, okay, that's it. For let's say PO insert if PO dot partner underscore ID is available and PO dot partner underscore ID dot this field is ticked and PO dot partner underscore ID dot configured product is there. Okay, so here we have to use PO dot equal to PO, not PO, but let's say from partner we have to use like this, or else PO dot partner underscore ID equal. Here we have to mention all the products, right? So self.env product search. Here let's say or just okay or do true. So by default all the product is we have to display, right? In case it's not selected. Here, let's say I'm going to purchase, yes, and here I have to mention the same, but instead of it after we have to use attributes plus here field name. Okay, let me check here. Get underscore order. After we have to use this name, but here I have to remove this invisible, right? And here let's say domain, we have to use something like this. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now let me enter the module. So all good. Let me go to here, refresh the screen, right? And now you can see here two product is there, right? Storable box and large desk. Now you can see here two, right? So once I will go to here, oops, you see I can see all the products actually. Let me refresh one more time. Alright, so this PRD list IDs is not working as expected. See, I have done one mistake. Here I have to use attribute. Okay, so that is my mistake. And let me upgrade the module one more time and refresh the screen. And now you can see here. Let's say if I will use this Holland, and if you observe, this is not changing, right? So for that we can go to here, yes, appear.depends partner underscore ID. That's it. And yeah, and after that, once we refresh the screen, now you can see the effect. If you see for display, right? Now you can see all the product is displayed. Now main thing is here we don't need to display this one. This is the configuration part. Okay, so for that we have to invisible. So we have to invisible this field. We don't need to use we don't need to display actually. This is the configurable part. Now let's say you can see all available for the Azure interior. You can see two, right? You can see for Y4, you can see here we configured 4. So like this way we have achieved this one also, right? Now let's move another one. So in a vendor master, when we enter any number in mobile number, it should be accept only 10 digits. And B, while saving the record, it should add plus sign. Okay, so for that we can go to here in the vendor. Right now we can use a mobile number like this, right? And save. So you can see right now it's automatically sell something like this, but we have a format plus 3 that. Like this one we have to do something like so here we our format should be like this. Okay, in case it's not matched like this, then we have to raise the error message. So for that we can go to here, we have to add here API dot constraint mobile check mobile number, something like this. Record in cell if record dot mobile underscore, let's say clean. Let's see here something like this. Mobile replace 5 to like this. Replace blank space to like this. Replace minus with like this. And if not mobile number dot clean is digit or then mobile number not equal to 10, rise here validation. Let's do validation. So you can see we have to use also automatically. From my end it's automatically add, but from your side might be there is no configuration like this, and you have to import like this. The validation error message like mobile number must be exactly and digits. So this is something like this. Now what about the plus sign, right? We don't have any rules as of now. So for that, let me format mobile number. Let me pass the parameter as a mobile. So if mobile is passed, mobile data, and here let me add import RT regular expression. Here dot sum. Here let's say we would like to add only digits and the mobile. Mobile name is this, and return plus mobile data, or else return mobile as it is. Okay, and yeah, of course this method we have to use in two methods. The first one is the create method and second is the write method. Okay, so for that we have got model create multi def create here webs list, or else well list if mobile evals and wells having a mobile data, right? No, and here we have to pass mobile. Return super create webs. And yes, of course, the same syntax I'm also expecting here. But right, alright. So everything is done. Let's upgrade the module and refresh the screen. Oops, I have done something. Alright. API model has no attribute constraints. Aha, so spelling mistake. Alright, so let's say I'm adding multiple numbers. Oh, shit. So string in this is must be integer, not str, right? Let me add here the values and let me save. Aha, aha, sorry, yeah, my mistake. Here I have to also add here plus here, right? Because we have to use the main directory, not this one, because here we have a key only. That is my bad. Save. And now you can see mobile number must be exactly 10 digits, right? If I'm using something like this, oops, I'm having this validation message. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? And it's allowed. Let's say if I'm not, by mistakenly, I'm not added here plus sign. So you can see it will automatically add plus due to this format mobile number method in write and in the create method in both. I'm trying to use that specific method, right? So it won't be include this plus. So it will automatically include this plus before this 10 digits. So here our session is done. Now let's say input. So this is what about the purchase order related task. So create a new menu item procurement manager report. Under the menu purchase reporting document manager report, on hitting the menu item, it should open a wizard that contains one many-to-many field with various users, and it should only show internal users. Okay. The wizard will have a button called show orders. On hitting the button, it should redirect user to the tree view of purchase order that contains all the purchase orders related to the selected document managers. Alright. So basically, we have to do one task is, let's say this buyer, right? So this is the Michelle admin is the internal user. So this user created 14 orders, right? Let's say if I will change this user to this mark demo. So what happened is, right now you can see under this admin have a 13 purchase order and demo having a one purchase order, right? So we have to add here one pop-up message wizard. Here we have to select the users, I mean this user, and we have to only display those users purchase orders from wizard, not from this filter. So we have to filter from the wizard. That task is also different. Okay. So as a beginner, it would be some kind of hard, but so let's develop that wizard and the filter, right? So for the wizard, you already know we have to use like this. We have to use like here. We have to add one more Python file. Let's say POVs. POVs view. POVs. POVs. Alright. And here name users and domain is internal user, right? So here say equal to false. So the share field available in that is the users, which have a true and false. True means that that is the portal user, so we don't need to use that those users. If right in case we're using portal users, then it will display here and it's meaningless, right? And here, meanwhile, I'm going to use here open the let's show your products, your list, self.env, purchase order, search. Here, let's see user underscore ID, in name underscore IDs. Return, let's like this, time, window. View mode, list, and the form. Yeah, you can also use form domain. So here, ID in view list, and yeah, that's it. We don't need to use anything extra. And this one we have to use here. These we have to add here button, and the name of the button is show orders, right? So here we have to use cancel button, right? So let's say cancel, special, cancel, and class second, like this. Our form is done, and let's create here the Windows action. And here, let's target new. So under this report, here we have to use right and that menu. So for that we can go to here, yeah, report, purchase. Guys, here this purchase, right? We have to also add from dot increase, and this one we have to also add wizard slash like this. Now let me upgrade the module and let's see the logs. Okay, so we have some kind of error message in the XML file. So let's see here. Module not found. Aha, this one is not found. Okay, my mistake. From dot wizard. Let's minimize. Let me refresh the screen. I'm going to purchase report. Alright, so see, there is a same mistake I have done, right? It's not available here in the main. Why? Because in security I have to mention that name. So be careful, guys. So let me add like this, right? But not this group, right? Only this manager. So for that I'm using something like this and upgrade one more time. And again I will try to refresh the screen. You can see, right? Let's say I want to display only demo, right? Mark demo. Let me refresh the screen. Purchase order. Alright, everything is good here. And let me use this mark demo. Alright, so here there is my mistake. I have to use here transit model, not that specifically. Only the model. Okay. One more thing is and another thing is if you go to here in inventory, right? Let's say the purchase, you can't see that specific menu as a user, right? Let's see here. And here it says cursor already closed, and if you scroll up, it says bad query, right? Let's see about, see, it's having the same one, right? So the query, right? Here the query. Aha, sorry. Self.name.ids. Alright, so that is my mistake. Let me refresh the screen. Let's not admin but the demo. Now you can see right only one RFQ is found for under this buyer, right? Let's say if I will use as admin, so 13 record is found. So like this way we can directly create the wizard and redirect to that specific record. So that's in the condition, right? Now next one is the vendor priority. Add selection field vendor priority in vendor master form as a low, medium, high, critical and strategic ready. Make medium as a default for all new vendors, and the user should have an option to update the priority menu. Okay. Create a group by option based on vendor priority under group by control panel view. Alright. So this is under the vendor profile. So vendor profile means customer, the RES partner model. Okay. So let's do that one. Let me go to here in the models. Let me minimize this one. We don't need as of now. Vendor private fields selection, right? Here let's know medium, high, critical and strategy. Default medium, and this field we have to also display here plus search view filter and add under this blue vendor priority slash insert. Alright, let's see how it works. If we go to vendor, refresh the screen. Alright, so we have low, medium, high, critical and strategic. By default you can see it's in medium, right? And if I will go to here, I can see medium have a 2 records. Alright, after the field payment term, so right now we have to extend the QWEB reports. Okay, after the field of payment terms in the report, so the purchase representative and the purchase team add in each item. Okay, the second is the add and each item with sequence number at beginning of the line. Okay, at the end of the item lines section, so the total quantity of all the items in the bin. Alright, so let's extend that part also. First let's close everything on the files. Let me add here what purchase order template. Alright, okay, payment term is this one. Alright, let me bring the report. Let me go to here and print one more time. So here payment terms. So let's use after this payment terms. Purchase report payment terms. So this one I have to use here. Template ID. I have to use. So now I'm going to inherit purchase. XPR span SP equal to O.payment poses up. So here we have to display purchase represent user ID, and another is thing. So we don't have a directly a team field, but from the user profile we have a one field which is cell team ID. Okay, and let me register this one in the manifest. Now select the module, refresh the screen. Oops, we have error message. Okay, template ID. So template ID is missing. So let's say like this. Stack. Okay. Now let me minimize this one and refresh the screen. Alright. So guys, right now I don't have a proper HTML to PDF configuration, so that's the reason you can see something like that. So here, now you can see. So 45 days, initial admin, and purchase sales theme is the sales, right? But it's not visible as expected. So for that, let me use BR. Okay. Now, one more thing is, this is the table, right? Now this table we have to extend. Cut, paste here, before. So after this table, t head, th, name. Sequence. Here we have to use sequence, or let's say the number. Same in the body. ID. TD, right? Okay, TD before you sequence. So let copy paste everything like this. Product sequence name. I'm adding something like that. You can also use something different name. That is also fine. And after line, less plus one, and the total quantities, right? So for that, we have to copy like this. We have to remove everything after. Here, let's do last row, do last 6, strong, total quantity of all, right? Type and here line total quantity. Okay, and we have to use yes quantity, something like this. All right. Let me refresh the screen so you can see total 2 items is there, right? 1 and 2, and total quantity is 30, right? According this purchase order. Let me remove and let me generate one more time. Okay. So you can see purchase representative is Mr. Admin, purchase team is sales, right? Sales number 2, right? And here total quantity of all the item is 30 units, but the sequence still missing. See, so for that we have done something wrong, I guess. So T had the th name, position before th name PO sequence class strong number. Alright, maybe body TD. Maybe this is the issue, I guess, that I don't need to use this class anymore. Let me remove and refresh the screen. So if you observe, it's displayed here, right? And it's not displayed inside this HTML table. Let's say I will use here image description name dx sequence. Use like this, and let me copy this one, paste here. So product product sequence, and then use class span. Yeah, everything is good. Let me upgrade one more time. Refresh the page and reprint. Alright, so let's move this specific tabs here, and let me upgrade the module. See, number 1 and 2 is available here in the table, right? And it's removed from here. Now you can compare. So this number 2, this number, and 1 replaced with the 2, right? So it's display something like this. See, every time the report format is changed due to this is my internal configuration issue. Now you can see it will display properly, right? Alright, so what I did is that I just cut the table, change this part first in a first position, and after the rest of the changes. So it works like this, but it should be work with the normal, which we did already here in the second position, but I don't know why it is displayed like that. But maybe you can try with the second position in your system and check, and let's comment it out, like everything is working fine or not from your side. Okay. Alright, so this part is done. So let's go to here in the vendor customer partner selection home. In purchase order, vendor field restrict the listing to only individuals. In sales order form, customer field restrict the listing to only individuals. Okay, so this is, so you can see, right? We can see here the vendor list. Not only the vendor list, but all the contacts. If you see here, vendor is this two only. If you click, you can see the company, right? And the individual is this. So in purchase order and in the sales order, we have to display only this individual's records, right? We have to just override the default one. How we can do it? So for example, you can see, right, the Holland. If you click here, you can see this is individual. If you click to this Azure Interior, it's a company, right? But the company field should not be filtered here. So how we can do it, right? So using the domain. So let's say purchase. Partner underscore ID. Position of, attributes. Attribute name equal to domain. So for that, we can go to fields, type, not this one, but yeah, company type. Person. Let's try first this one, okay? And refresh the screen. Oh, we have an internal error message. Company typing, company, unsearchable field, company underscore typing in domain. Then simple, we can do one thing. Let's say partner underscore ID fields manager one alias partner domain, and here in the domain, so here company type for two person, and yes, for the supplier, right, we have to add one more supplier rank. So greater than 0. Let me refresh the screen. Okay, super. Okay, okay. So we can just use this one. So basically that field is not supported. So that is fine. And we use here false. Let me minimize. Let me refresh the screen. Let me go to the purchase, and now you can see, right, instead all the records, now you can see 2 records, right? So same we have to also do in the cells. So if you see company, so all this company is available, right? So we have to exclude And yes, so let me start, refresh the screen, and here to verify the search field. Okay, so our logic is good enough. So now you can see the records will display something like that. Okay, let's go to the next. Bill invoice form, remove the quick create option for the vendor from bills. Same in the remove the quick create option for customer from invoices. Let's do it. So guys, let me give you one overview. What is that quick overview? Quick create option, right? So let's say web logs, right? I'm writing something like this and not available. And you can see this create option is available. Once you click, it will create the record. So we have to hide this option from the invoice, customer invoice, as well as in this vendor bills. Okay, so let's check. So you can see it's not available right now. This is the two different things. It's fetching from the another APIs by the Odoo, but in current system it's not available. You can see here, right? So now this option we have to hide from here and from here. So for that, here let me close other tab. Options. So we have to mention here last account module we have to add in the dependency and upload the module. Let's say I'm trying to create here something like this. Alright, so let me refresh the screen one more time. Now you can see, right, that create option is not available here, and here is also not available. See, now this option, create an edit option, you have to remove. This is your exercise. Alright, now let's jump here. Okay, now Odoo part is done. Alright, we have like Python examples, right? Now remove key product template ID to template ID in the following directory. So we have to just replace this one, not the value. Okay, and output should be like this. So for that, we can go to here. Okay, here what we have to do is we have to copy. So template underscore ID, and here we put pop. Alright, so now let's do this one. So now you can see before it's something like this and after something like this, right? I don't need to explain this one, right? Because this is the pop method of the dictionary. It will automatically return that specific value 25 and will store in this key. Okay. Now the second script is this one. So arrange the element in ascending and the descending order. So this is the list of integer, right? So let's go here, list of integer. So let me remove all the duplicate one. Okay, now we can see this is the random integers, right? Now here what I will do is I will use here the ascending order. So this is the sorted descending order, and simple I will use here comma because 31. And now you can see here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 23. 23, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, right? And let's say original. Alright, let's jump to the question again one more time. Okay, now we have SQL queries. Okay, now let's see the basic one. Write SQL query to fetch all the active vendors, suppliers with their name, email, and the phone number. So for that, so this is my current database terminal. Let me select name, email, phone, alias, partner, web. Sorry, web, supply, right, greater than 0, and active equal to. So only two vendors found. Okay, so this is the first query. Second query is write SQL query to get all purchase orders with vendor name, order reference, and total amount for orders created in the last 30 days. Expected value is vendor underscore name, purchase underscore order underscore reference, name underscore total, that underscore order. Last 30 days. So let's jump to the terminal. Let's select from purchase in the PO. PO that name as purchase order reference. PO amount underscore total, and PO dot that underscore order. Join this partner ID. PO dot partner underscore ID. Obvious ID that so here let's say we have to use current date minus interval 50 order map. So this is the query you can see. So here we have to use rb.name as vendor. Now you can see in a 30 days we have a purchase order 13, 14 and 15. Amount is 0, 57 and 0, and now you can see right. Now jump to the third query, aggregate query. Write a SQL query to find the top 5 products by total quantity sold, showing the product name, default code and the total quantity sold. Expected colon is product name, default code, total quantity sold, and highest quantity first. Limit is 5 records only. Okay, so here let's select and using as a, let's say, from cell order line SOL join product as a pp on SOL dot product id go to pp underscore pp dot id and join product template. Yeah, so guys, why I'm using also product underscore template? If you compare product underscore product and product underscore template, most columns available in the product underscore table, not in the product underscore product. Okay, in ORM methods in the Odoo side, whatsoever the fields are there in the product template, it will automatically available here, right? But if you see in the database side, you will not see all of the columns. It's not available, all the columns. Most columns not available here in the product underscore product. So that's the reason I'm adding also product underscore template as a pp, and let's say on pp dot product id for the pt dot id join cell order so equal to so.id, and the condition should be the cell status should be the done or the cell. So that's so.stat cell or done. Now this is the query, but here we have to use pp name as a product name, pp default underscore code, and the sum we have to use sol dot product quantity as total quantity sort. So here we have to also use the group by option. Okay, so for that, group by pt.id, pt.name, pt.default underscore code, and followed by total quantity sort with descending order, and limit should be 5. If we are not using here the limit, right, so all the 18 records available here, so let's see only 5. Okay, the screwdriver is mostly solved. Then after this acrylic block screens, virtual interior design, this one and this one, and including the default code, but right now are not available, so that's the reason you can see it's blank. Okay, so this is third query. Let's see the, so write a SQL query to find all customers who have placed orders with a total value greater than the average order value. So customer name and their total order count. So expected colon is customer name, order count, and the logic is customers order total greater than average order value across all customers. Okay, so for that, select from RBS partner RP join sell order RP.ID partner ID. And here we have to use calculation as amount total greater than, and here I have to add one more single query and amount is total from cell order where that is confirm, right? So cell and that this query is done. This is my average, and this is that cell done. And yeah, one more thing is I have to use here system name and the count. So count. Now here I have to use group by rp.id and rp.name, and the descending order, I have to use descending order also, order and this with descending. Alright, so I have found only 2 orders from this recording, right? So what I did is, let's see the other one. So first I took the average. Okay, what is the average of total amount in each sales order, and why I'm using cells in the done is due to draft, cancel, right, and send. These 3 steps we have to exclude to get the average, right? Now what I did is, this is the average, and after that, like, I have to check specifically the amount underscore total, whatsoever is there. We must have to compare which is greater than average order. Then we have to return here the customer name and the specific sales order count. That's it. Alright. So the 5th is write SQL query to update all the draft purchase orders older than 7 days cancels, and update a state from draft to cancel. Condition is orders older than 7 days, including where condition. So here, let's select ID from purchase order where state equal to draft and their order. Days. So you can see total total 7 purchase order found, right? Now simple we have to update, let's say, from draft to the cancel. Okay, for that update, purchase order set equal to cancel, where set equal to draft and that underscore order. Interval 7 days. Alright, now if I will query, now you can see all the 7 records removed, right? Let's see the latest square. This is created on 2024, right? And it's less than 7 days. So due to that, you can see it's cancelled. And yeah, by the way, it's not available here the loggers like when it's cancelled because we directly hit the SQL query. And that's it. So yeah, let's SQL queries. This is the first one. Second one, third one, fourth one, fifth, and this is the fifth. Alright. So now this module is also available in the GitHub, right? You can directly access, but the branch is 18.0. So if you still have any doubt on any of the topic or any of the question, please comment below and see you in our next session.